we have Moose. We're going to be working on Moose's leash walking and his recall. So I'm going to show you how we go over the beginning stages of lure leash walking. He's chewing on the leash a little bit right now, which is just normal in his little puppy teething phase that he's going through at the moment. Off. So I have the leash in this hand, and I'm going to guide it with my left hand, with the treat in my left hand as well. So we're just going to go back and forth. I'm going to say this way when I change direction. And then after a few steps, I'm going to give him that reward that is in my hand. Off. So we're going to go this way. Boy, give him that reward. This way. See, I don't want him jumping at my hand while I'm walking him without the lure. This way. Good boy. He does have a martingale collar on. This way, which just helps his leash walking a little bit more and doesn't make him pull So when he puts that leash in his mouth, I'm just going to tell him and take it away. Pretty much out of sight, out of mind. Except sometimes it doesn't work so well. This way. So I'm just going to get his mind off of that off. So when he jumps at me like that, I'm just going to tell him off. If I have to give him a subtle little knee correction, that's fine. But I want to knock that in the butt before it gets into a big habit, because I don't want him off. Because I don't want him doing it when he's older. So I just want to make sure he does not think that he can jump on me when he's young, and then that makes him think he can do it when he's older as well. This way. So when he does that, I'm just going to take my hand away, off. This way. And he is a little spunky because it is only about 9 a.m. So he's kind of wide awake from the morning. So I'm just going to take my hands away. And just, I don't want him biting that leash either. This way. Good boy. So if he were to go to try and nibble at me or bite at me, he is at that rough teething stage right now where he is having all those teeth fall out, so he is a bit more chewy than he will be, but he'll phase out of that really soon, especially because we don't like biting and we don't like jumping and we don't do nibbling here, so they do phase out of it eventually. This way. Good boy. Good boy. And then that's when I give him that reward. This way, when he listens really well. This way. Good boy. Good boy. I'm just going to praise reward him. Good boy. Alright, and now we're going to practice some recall, because I don't want this to be a negative experience. I want to keep it a little small. Don't run into that. Hey. What do you see? So I'm going to, he's turning the tripod. So I want, he found the bag of treats, so I'm going to take those away. So I don't want to call him when he's not looking, so I want to make sure his attention's on me. Moose, come. Yes, good boy. And then when he gets to me, throw a party, lots of praise, tell him he's a good boy. Moose, come. Yes, good. Good boy. So any loud, obnoxious noise that you can think of to make it so they want to look at you, that's when you get their attention, and that's when you say, Moose, come, or whomever the dog might be, come. Moose, come. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Moose, come. Yes. You just want to make sure it's a fun experience and they want to come. You want to make it exciting when they get to you. You want to just make it sure it's extra positive. Want your belly rubbed? Oh yeah, dude's like your belly rubbed. Yes. So he's going to go get distracted. I'm off. I'm going to let him go to get distracted. Moose, go. Yes, good boy. And then lots of positive marker words. Lots of praise, treats, anything when he comes to you. Good boy. Good boy. And he definitely loves his belly rub. So any belly rub makes him excited. Moose, come. Yes, good boy. And you don't want to call them to you unless you're 95% sure that they're actually going to come. You want to make sure they are looking at you. You want to make sure they're starting to come to you already. Or if you do get their attention and you call them to you, you only want to say it once. So you want to wait out or just keep making loud noises until they do come to you. And that's when you throw a party. Good boy. Moose, come. Yes, good boy. Good boy. So when he were to jump up at me like that, I just give him no attention, say Moose, come. Yes, good boy. Good boy. And then we're gonna end on a lure sit and a lure down. Lure. So he lays it down. Good boy. Good boy. Sit. Yes. Good sit. Good boy. And then we always like to end on lots of praise and lots of pets, just because we want to make sure it is a positive experience. We want them to have fun while they're training, and we want them to look forward to the next time we train together. Moose, Moose, good boy. And like I said, the leash walking, it is a work in progress. So I'm not expecting him much when we first start off like this. But as we go on field trips and as we get out and practice more, he does learn more. And he gets better and better as time goes on. So I wasn't really expecting him to be... Moose, what are you doing? Come here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you eating dirt? I wasn't expecting him to be perfection today, but he will come along really well, I'm sure of it.